behind us as the Dodgers get their third walk-off win of the season, their 8th shutout win of the season. Really, the story on the pitching side was Roki Sasaki absolutely dominant for 7 scoreless innings, a career-high 10 strikeouts. We saw some phenomenal defense as well. And Jerry, on a night where the Dodgers offense looked kind of tired out there, and it was Freddie to the rescue, his 20th career walk-off hit.
We talked about it earlier, probably like around the 7th, 8th inning, that this team is dragging a little bit, and that happens throughout the course of a long season. You're going to have nights where it's not going to be there, but you have this guy, Fab Five Freddie. We have seen this movie before. Understand the situation, gets a fastball, he could drive and sends it over the wall, head down on contact, great extension. He knew right away. Kirby Yates knew right away. Dodgers were walk-off winners.
Yeah, they may be dragging him, and when you think about it, you had a 4-game set over there in Arizona. It was a night game. You know, just because when it ends doesn't mean they're jumping on the plane right away. You know, it takes time to get on the plane and then get here. So they're probably way after midnight when they land and then get home and then get ready for today. So, yeah, it is natural. We've been there many times where you're naturally starting to drag and you're looking for something. And that something was actually Roki Sasaki, because he was not dragging. He went out there, really set the tone. The bullpen did an excellent job, and then you needed that one big hit by Freddie Freeman coming in and picking up the team. But really, it was all about the pitching staff today.
Yeah, and it was certainly about Roki Sasaki. We talked about the starting pitcher setting the tone, and we talked on the pregame show, Nomar, about how impressive he's been over his last 3 starts, and he keeps taking another step forward. And tonight was another huge one for him. 7 scoreless innings on just 2 hits with those 10 Ks.
Yeah, the 10 Ks, you know, he had that fastball working again. He was also dotting that really well. I saw a lot of taking strike 3 on the fastball, which tells you that they weren't just sitting on the fastball. They were looking at other pitches, which tells you the other pitchers were really working, keeping them on their toes, and then being able to dot that fastball. So he went out there once again. It looked like he had the confidence in his pitches, in himself, to go out there and attack hitters. Had a couple of walks, okay, but even when he really needed those big pitches, when they had opportunities with runners in scoring position, he buckled down and got through it.
I love the differences of the split and forkball. He had different of those pitches, making sure he kept the Angels honest. Split fork, fastball was outstanding. When you have fastball command with that velocity to go along with the breaking ball split, tough to deal with. You saw it in his face. That confidence is there. We talk about a guy pitching with conviction. That's what we've seen out of Roki Sasaki. Now we're starting to see, remember that Roki guy we saw during the postseason? Yeah. That confidence, that look in his eye like, hey, this is my best stuff. I'm going to go out and see if he can hit it. He's starting to now have that look and that fire as a starting pitcher. It is so fun to watch him mature as that starter, and I love the fact they ran him out there for the 7th inning. Yeah. Brother, go out there. We have confidence in you. Yeah. Go finish a little bit of that 6th inning. Make sure you go out the 7th inning and still see the dominance that he has. Love that they have confidence in him. And Roki Sasaki is definitely ascending.
In that 6th inning, too, there was a huge key play by that play by Espinal over there with the 6th. It was ridiculous. And not to mention Miguel Rojas, another unbelievable play that we can keep playing on loop, but you're back home watching great plays. But defense makes great plays when your pitcher is in the zone. Your range increases, you're ready, and Sasaki was in the zone. He was pounding strikes. The defense was ready, and, man, they were outstanding.
Outstanding pitchers duel tonight. Dodgers with the Freddie Freeman walk-off homer, win it 1-0. Let's set it upstairs, check in one final time with Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser.
What a game this was. These are my favorite kinds of games, the low-scoring pitchers duels, and it ends in a walk-off home run from Freddie Freeman. I don't know where we start, though. Do we start with Freeman or do we start with Sasaki?
I'm going to start with Sasaki because just the way he's dominated the Angels. He's had 2 outings against them. They've hit 128 off of him. He had 25 batters faced today. Okay, listen to this. 9 at 0-2 counts. That's ridiculous. When he's going out there like this now, you got Yamamoto going tomorrow. This youngster said, Hey, vet, follow me.
Good luck matching that. I know he's Yamamoto World Series MVP, but that's as good as it gets. We saw from Sasaki. And then you said it, every now and then Freddie Freeman will open his swing up. That short, simple swing becomes a little longer home run swing, and it's a sight to behold.
Yeah, and ever since we've seen the tip of swing up, the extra base hits have started to come. He's looked more powerful and in balance, and he looks happier. We're not hearing about it's not my A swing anymore. I think he's got his A swing.
Looks like he can hit till he's 50 at this point.
That'd be nice.
Keep on going, Freddie. Dodgers win it 1-0.
Yeah, everybody fired up because the Dodgers walk off winners once again. Let's get right to the highlights. Friday night. Freddie delivers the big blast, the only run of the game. He talked about the incredible defense behind Roki Sasaki and the pitchers tonight, Nomar. But Roki was absolutely outstanding in this game.
Listen, you know, we work with an incredible crew, and our crew is second to none. And we're going to go to the K-Zone because you're at home going to see how devastating this split finger really was. We're talking about it, but you're going to be able to see how the fastball and the split finger really work off one another. Here he is against Mike Trout, the fastball. Great location with the fastball. You get ahead of him. Now the count gets to 2-2. Now you come with the split finger. How devastating. And you're going, Mike Trout, how do you swing at that? Well, here's why. Because you have one on the left, the fastball, and then you have the split finger. They're coming out of the same, they look exactly the same, and yet you see the one break. So he's expecting that 2-2, a fastball, and he gets a split finger. Now he's 1-0, split finger. Okay, you take it. All right, now you're 1-1, and you're going, all right, wow, he keeps coming at it. He's not giving up. It's not just the fastball. He's trusting the splitter and getting the swing and miss. That's why you get the stare down. You're like, really? I just saw that many splitters in a row. Didn't get a fastball. Listen, getting ahead and then going to the split. Not only is it out of the zone, but it's also in the zone, even if you take it. I mean, it is just truly incredible, as you can see, just the movement off this pitch. Fastball still has it, getting ahead. I mean, they said he had 9 0-2 counts today. Getting ahead of these hitters and then having something like that to put him away. Truly incredible.
I'm going to name drop a little bit. Last week, I was with a couple former football players, Plaxico Burress and Todd Gurley, okay? We're talking sports, all sports. All the football players are talking about, there is no way in the world you can hit a baseball. I don't know how you guys do it. They all said hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do. What we just saw with Roki, every athlete is saying, how in the world are you hitting this? Guess what? Major League Baseball players aren't hitting that when it's that elite. And Nomar, you broke it down. It's coming out of the same slot. So as a hitter at home, why are they chasing that out of the zone? Because it looks like a fastball. At the last second, you only got bam, bam to make a decision. And that's why you get guys this chase. And that's why we were so adamant about Roki Sasaki early in the season. Bro, do you know how nasty you are? Don't fool around. Don't get behind the count. Don't get 2-0, 3-1, because then you become more predictable and guys can sit on fastball. Now when you're 0-2, 1-2, you're really at Roki's mercy, and that's what we're seeing the last 3 or 4 starts. It is so fun to see Roki Sasaki really developing, dare I say, into that young ace we know he could be.
And his calling card coming up was kind of that forkball because of the uniqueness of it. Didn't really have a whole lot of spin, but that pitch right there where they can't recognize, they could recognize the no spin on that forkball, but they can't tell with that new splitter he's throwing.
And that's why you have teammates. Remember a couple years ago, Yamamoto had a hard time with the curveball. He talked to Clayton Kershaw about how he grips his curveball. Boom, Yamamoto implemented. Now he's got a nasty curveball. I wonder, I don't know this for a fact, and we're going to find out tomorrow. I wonder if Yamamoto or Shohei Ohtani may have told Roki, hey, you know what? How about you abandon that forkball? Why don't you use the split? Just like Yamamoto does a lot. That fastball and the split looked identical. Now he's got that split, and that's why you're seeing so many guys chase that split out of the zone.
Yeah, and the benefit of a split is you also throw it like it's a fastball. All you're doing is splitting your finger, so everything about it looks fast. You know, feels fastball to them, but as a hitter, looks fastball. And then you're going, where did the bottom go?
And it was 90-93 tonight with that much drop in it. Incredible stuff from Roki Sasaki. A career-high 10 strikeouts for the Dodgers sophomore pitcher, if you will, Roki Sasaki. Also got a lot of help from his defense. Plenty more reaction coming up after the Dodgers win their 17th out of 22. In a lot of ways, it was a pitching clinic tonight for the Dodgers, Jerry, but also in a lot of ways, it was a defensive clinic. We must have seen a half a dozen truly great plays in this game, and maybe the play of the year by an infielder from Miguel Rojas.
Listen, we know how hard these guys work. They get here every single day, early work. Chris Woodward, Dino Ebo, these guys are out here doing the routine stuff, but when you have hands like this, the talent of Mickey Rowe, you make outstanding plays. Yes, you see, he was ruled safe, but obviously later after the challenge, Freddie Freeman's foot was still on the back. Look at the strike by Freddie Freeman. He does Pilates, but the throw by Mickey Rowe, that is absolutely sick. Fans, do you understand? He has to barehand the ball while he's going towards the third base dugout, throw across his body, and make a strong, accurate throw 40 yards away. I say it all the time, and I'm going to continue saying, baseball players are the best athletes on the planet. No disrespect to anybody else. They have to do everything. Catch, throw, hit 95 to 100 miles an hour. Outstanding play by one of the better athletes still, Miguel Rojas.
I just feel like Dalton Rushing. It really was.
That's how we were all.
It's like, really,
feeling.
that's just ridiculous. Like, I don't know how to react, because it was just awesome to see, awesome to watch. See athleticism, just watching him work out there. It truly is a joy to see.
But here's another thing too. Mickey Rowe is there 2:30, 3 o'clock for every day. All those guys every day, so they can shine and put on shows at 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock. These guys work extremely hard, and it's fun. It come to its fruition during the game.
Dodgers beat the Angels for the 4th time this season. This was a walk-off winner. Let's hear from the skipper, Dave Roberts.
This is the guy that we saw in video in Japan, and that we hope to get. I think that we're all guilty of expecting it to be seamless, and certainly unfair to Roki, and not appreciating that there has to be some transition period. And he's went through some tough times and some doubts, but he's gotten to the other side, and a lot of support in the clubhouse. And I think he's feeling that. He's put in a lot of work himself. He's a lot more physical. The stuff is really playing well. We talk about that split. And the split now, ironically, is kind of to the velocity that it used to be in Japan. And so there is an adjustment with the ball that he had to make with his grip with the split. But now it's 90, 91. And it's just, and you can see his demeanor on the mound, just real confidence. And it's good to see him get through 7 innings tonight the way he did.
Is there an example of how you're now seeing it hit a consistent pace, and just he's building with each outing, not only getting better, but you're just seeing a consistency?
Yes, yeah. Every time, I think, certainly now, I think we can all agree that the floor for Roki is much higher, and the expectation every time he takes the ball is high, and he's earned that. And I think if you look at the last 6 or 7 starts, it's been as good as any starter in the big leagues in the consistency of performance. So really proud of him. And I know that he wants for more, and the floor has just been raised. Now it's just continue to raise that ceiling.
What part of him now stands out to you most about like what you saw on videos? It's really how he went about guys, is it the stuff or velocity? What sort of stands out most watching it now?
Just the mound presence. I think if you look at the stuff, the results now, striking out high 20s%, walking, 5 to 6%. That's what he did in Japan. And now you're talking about major league hitters. So the performance now mirrors that. And then just the way he's carrying himself, there's just no more doubt and uncertainty. I think that, you can tell a pitcher, and hitters can sniff it out when a pitcher is not confident.
In the 7th, when you sent Roki back out there, sometimes pitchers can, in a tight game, get too fine or too cute. The way that he responded, he just seemed to attack another level. How much do you enjoy that response to the challenge, and how he was his overall mound presence and demeanor?
It was a challenge. It was something that we've talked about how, when you want to give him more leash, and in a 0-0 ball game, 85 pitches, 86 pitches, something like that, where we could have easily pivoted. But I wanted to see how he responded in the 7th inning. And to your point, yes, he did. He was on the attack. He didn't run from the seventh, and that shows a lot of growth. No, like I said, I'm just really happy for him.